Hello, my name is Coline Courtois and I'm an MBA student at CMH in Paris. I'm going to present you one of my projects, which is entitled Reverie Under the Parisian Stars, or again, Marie and Gustave. There is a need for evolution, ambition and revival in the hospitality sector. We are all facing a crisis and we need something new from what we already have, that is to say, the French monuments. This project is based on only 2 suites in a dazzling place, the well-known Eiffel Tower. The Eiffel Tower is celebrating this year its 120th anniversary and remains by far the most famous and visited monument in the world. So we need to create something new, an ambition, a place where people will be in peace at the same time, but they will also experience something very surprising. That's why at first we'll discuss the project of launching a business in France and then in Paris. And then we'll talk a bit more precisely about the 2 suites in the Eiffel Tower. So, Europe. In 2003, Europe experienced a growth of 6.2% and reached 403 million arrivals, 25 million more than in 1999. In 2007, France still remains the first worldwide tourist destination with 82 million international tourists, a growth of 4% from the previous year. And moreover, for 2010, the World Tourism Organization predicts more than 90 million visitors in France, despite the crisis. So France is and will remain the first worldwide tourist destination. The French capital, Paris, which is at the center of Europe, is the most visited capital in Europe, Paris. 27 million tourists in 2006. It's a symbol of an extraordinary historical and cultural heritage. It is a worldwide capital of fashion, luxury, and fine food. And we can actually, on the economic part of it, say that the gross domestic product of Paris represents 1/4 of French GDP. That is to say, $731.3 billion in 2007. So let's focus more on the Eiffel Tower now. Why launching something in the Eiffel Tower? Well, first, Eiffel Tower is a worldwide symbol of modernity and uniqueness. It was inaugurated on March 31, 1999 for the Exposition Universelle. And it's actually the tallest building in Paris, which hosts 2 famous restaurants, the Altitude 95 on the first floor and Le Jules Verne on the second floor. It's a strong monument in Paris. Everyone knows about it, most of people already visited, and it's very interesting to take just a look at the Eiffel Tower around the world. The Eiffel Tower experienced a turnover of 59.5 million euros in 2007, as well as we can say that more than 6.9 million visitors visited it. The Eiffel Tower itself employs 620 people. It's actually a huge construction, which at first we can talk about a controversy, since when Gustave Eiffel launched the Eiffel Tower, some people were happy about it and the others were not, since it was very new, a metallic structure in the world of ancient monuments. So again, it can actually correspond to the idea of revival. The Eiffel Tower is a place where things can revive. As Gustave Eiffel constructed the Eiffel Tower, he wanted something new in Paris. And I think we need to create something new through the Eiffel Tower. That is why we can talk about the construction of 2 suites at the second floor of the Eiffel Tower, right under the Restaurant Jules Verne. The superficie of the Eiffel Tower, the second inner platform of the Eiffel Tower, is actually equal at 1,430 square meters. And we are at 115 meters from the ground. It is a very sumptuous place to build 2 suites. So what will be the particularities of these suites? First, the first one will be a French classic style suite from the 18th century, which can be compared to the suite Bernstein at the Hôtel Le Crillon. That is why I wanted to call it Marie, since you will recall the wife of Louis XVI at the same time. The second suite, which more likely is going to be an uncluttered modern suite from the 21st century, will be called Gustave, to recall the idea of creating something new, something metallic in a very ancient part of a city, as Gustave Eiffel did. We can actually also create some packages to sell the suite, romantic packages and business packages. But actually, if you really wish to take a look at those examples of packages, you can consult the project at any time. Then, if you want to talk about the specificities of the suite, all of them will be composed of a great living room and a dining table, as well as a kitchenette, jacuzzi and hammam, shower, separated toilets, and 2 bedrooms. But what is very, very interesting about this concept is to draw a parallel with the CN Tower. Actually, the aim of the suite is to create 2 parts in the suite of 180 degrees panoramic view, so that the customers, the client, will be able to look at down, see the Champ de Mars, and see everything around. We can also add all the specificities of normal suites, such as a set of bed linen in satin, or again, Wi-Fi internet access. But all the elements can be found in the project. So now let's talk about the target of this project. First of all, we need to target a privileged clientele, chasing unique and new sensations. People looking for sumptuous surroundings, pleasure and comfort at the same time. So this first target will have a high purchasing power. However, in the second time, there is a strong need to target everyone, since the project can be available to everyone who saved up money for the experience. The Eiffel Tower is not something just for rich people. Everyone can visit it, so therefore anyone can experience the idea of spending a night in the suite. I can understand that this kind of experience is expensive, but it's a very strong, experience and something new. That's why we may say that our clientele will be both personal clientele for personal leisure, such as celebrating special events and such as honeymoon or again wedding anniversary, or business affairs, since the Eiffel Tower receive a lot of business people from foreign countries. Presidents come to visit it. In 2007, Pierce Brosnan had a private visit of the Eiffel Tower. So why not hosting them for a night in the Eiffel Tower? That will be a very outstanding concept for Paris. It will be huge and very interesting for France to promote the country and tourism and culture from the high point of view of Paris, the Eiffel Tower. So the creation of Marie et Gustave, which is going to be a SAL, Société à Responsabilité Limitée. The owner of the Eiffel Tower, is the city of Paris, which actually owns 59.9% of the company, which is called Société d'Exploitation de la Tour Eiffel, since December 13, 2005. But we can also talk about the private partners, such as BTP-Eiffage, or again LVMH, or Dexia Credit Local, and EDF. All of them, each of them, actually have 8% part of the company. This project is huge, and we need funding, we need financing for this kind of project. That is why, at first, we need to build a strong project to the Société d'Exploitation de la Tour Eiffel, to promote the project, to show that it goes well along the missions of this society. And we maybe can talk and make a project for each private partners, so we can get investment from them, and it will be a huge success for them to have their name in the presentation of such a project. In terms of human resources, this kind of project, since it's a two-suites duplex, we can actually have a general manager, a first general manager, 2 receptionists and 2 nights, which will be based part of the company, of the business, Marie et Gustave. Housekeepers and other employees, such as people working at techniques and extras, will be hired from external companies. This kind of project, as I said all along the presentation, is huge. But it goes with what the Eiffel Tower shows. Prestige, culture, tourism, it's in the middle of Paris. Everyone can see it and everyone wants to see it. So why not spending a night in the Eiffel Tower? Thank you very much for your time.